Okay. Uh, I can see that I am I'm streaming, but I can't access the dashboard. Um, works. No data. Should we find that? Um, so I did get. Oh, I'm not in the directory. Video stuff. I did because when I start working on the splice mode, I think because of the way I'm gonna set it up, um, where I need to uh communicate with the server, but also keep track of what file I'm editing. Uh, it would be a decent time to add multiple commands stringed into one. So it would uh be something like edit test and then grab uh test and kind of like a place. So um so I was kind of poking around, I guess getting ready to do that, and I think looking at the prepare data function, uh I guess I thought prepare pack might be worth giving a try, see if it works. And it basically did, except for a little part in um here, let me quit. A little part in make.js where I can't really import the artist function from functions.js, and I'm sure I can figure out a solution, but it's just one function, so I just copy pasted it here. Um, but as far as the stuff I did do, um, so I kind of set up like uh arguments that I think make sense, the argument order that I think makes sense. So reload being pretty important because um, anytime you are like, for example, editing a file and you type another command into, uh, I'm gonna call it a console. I'm not sure what I should call it. Anytime you type another command into the console, then it needs to know to go back to editing or I guess whether or not it's related to it or not. A file name, the file name of the thing type, these two kind of go together, so I just put them together. And then pass, basically where to get the file, I guess files, where to get the options. So we got past the options that we read. Um, which is basically like colors and like, I guess I don't have layout yet, but just toggles and settings and stuff like that, I guess. Would be what options is kind of like, and then we got the actual content of the file itself. So we need to pass to that, and also this splice mode would kind of need the content data of another file. It would be like in two separate files. So then that, oh, and also we need to be able to edit, be able to edit splice. Okay. So yeah, those three things, the splice location, file, splice file and location, content location and options location. And I set a default here, that won't break when using the editor. So I had to set it like basically empty string, kind of like an empty file. It has to be in an array because it gets passed to a function. And because viewing or just editing a file, you don't necessarily want to like load. I guess what would you load? What splice file would you load? So just temporary file, temporary string here. But if the string is not empty, then we read the file that is being gonna be used. And I thought about removing prepared data, but I thought in post.js it's used by other stuff, so and this somehow works now. I don't know how yep, added that function. Talked about that. Also, one thing I did learn, or kind of like figure out, kind of like learn, is I guess I didn't use it. I'll explain after I'm done with the git diff. Added the directory pass for the. Also adding notes is probably gonna be the next commit. Before I merge. Um. So now with the prepare pack, I could kind of like just create the pack and it'll use all these options to, read all the files and do the editing needed. It'll read the files, pop, JSON.stringify, set data equal to stuff, and then use EJS to make sure everything gets put into where it needs to. So yeah, it would. So it's just one line, but technically it's two because uh, it would stretch and wrap around, and I don't like the way uh, Vim does that stuff. So uh, yeah, it's just a lot of converting the old prepare data, data.file name, and setting the file name manually, setting the type, and then doing this. You're just skipping all that and just because it's a function. And I think that should be it besides all that. I'm not really sure if there's like less. It seems like there's a lot more deletions than additions, so that's good, I think. Um, and then there's stuff I did before with splice. Basically, the way I think I'm gonna do it right now is in the splice file. There's gonna be like semicolon and then the line that would be looked for. So whenever you would press enter on a line, uh, and doesn't have to have a semicolon, then it'll look through the splice file for that line with a semicolon, and then from that point to the next semicolon, um, that's at the start of a line, um, it'll kind of replace the line with a different line or even several lines, depending on what's after the semicolon. Uh, so yeah. This function takes an array, I think. So takes an array and each line is a string, I think. So and I was gonna uh oh yeah, the okay, I remember. So one thing I wanted to do, I did oh, here it is. So originally I was having trouble just first idea um just by the look of it, I could definitely use this function just by doing rs content whatever, but that doesn't work because it's just being like exported. Well, this looks like an object or some sort of struct or something. So then you would, and if you were to do something like uh, this is gonna make it blurry, but if you were to do something like What do you, test or position. You just, in order to get the value 1, you just do .x. Something like that. Okay, this is, connection is fine. Yeah, we're good. Okay, so actually, I'm gonna open up Cookie Clicker. I think the big berries should be done before I go to sleep. I might stay up for like another 2 hours. But one thing I could do is maybe start setting up. I feel like I'm avoiding just making splice work because I don't really have a full grasp on how I'm gonna do it yet, I guess. But being able to edit like splice files, notes files, and stuff like that. So I could do. I don't want to edit a directory. I'm just, even when creating new files, I tend to tab. Okay. Did I get a sugar lump? I'm pretty sure I did, right? It's been oh, also I should try. I have to start saving up for the Hand of Fate and being careful when using it. Okay. Instead of 100 baked goods. Um, I could get sugar here. 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 100, 100. I should really be, especially since I'm pretty active when I'm here, be looking at fast falls or etc. and only worrying about the resting rate if I'm if I miscalculated, I guess. Um so so I could just do, I don't really remember the way I set up my things, but it probably doesn't matter. This could just be a file with a single word in it. And I think I'd have to edit post. I might have to do basically a loop through valid directories, because it seems like we have a lot. We have splices, notes, documents, files, uh, technically four, but that's like duplicating four. Duplicating code 4 times. So I might try and make this better. And a way I could try to make this better is starting with any.js. So right here we read document names. We loop through document names if we have it. Then we make sure not to continue. I think I had a better system with both. Oh, and this is files are up here. It's a lot smaller. Um, I guess in this case, it would just be adding so I'd oops. I think I'd be basically doing something like this, where document names. Note names. So I could do a loop, so that way I don't these two go away, but a for loop that loops through three things. Um, because most likely this would be I wouldn't be adding any more directories in the future, I don't think, for a really long time. So I think just having the three things is fine. It's a kind of a little bit just disappointing because I cleaned up a little bit and it seems like I'm just gonna add more unclean stuff. But so instead of directories, we would read dx and dsp, and we would just loop through uh, node names. And if, yeah, it would basically be the same. I guess the type would be different, so I guess that would be a reason to leave it like the way I'm doing it. And the type is important because you could save it under a different type. Is that, what does that mean? Um, um, it's a little hard to think. So I don't think I could settle get Force Fan Fate twice. I'd have to. Oh, I got it. But it's not time yet. No. No. 900 quadrillion. Oh, but I also... So that took like an hour to get, I think. I think it's worth me even though they're all mature. Uh, Basically trying to, within that range, try to get that fervent adoration and frenzy at the same time. Uh, so I guess it might be a while before I get that again. The This thing is gonna happen in like 12 minutes, so it should be fine by the time um they're mature. Um so yeah, I think labeling the type is important for some reason, I think. I'm pretty sure I've just thought of the reason before, but I can't remember it now. Uh so we're still viewing it, and the name would this would still be the same. Uh this would change to a DX. The directory we're looking in. I don't like. I want to use my own editor. Um. Um. So in a second here, I'll test to see if this works, which it pretty much should. I don't see why it wouldn't. Ooh, sugar is $2. It can only go up. What is this thing? The thing is, I don't know what I got this at, so even though it's like slowly rising, I wouldn't notice. I guess it shows when I sell it. Last bought at $1 each. Um, the thing is, if I sold it, it wouldn't tell me what I don't think it'll tell me what I last sold it at. Would it? Oh, it would. So I bought this at 90. Hmm. Uh, s- I seem like I'm going a little slow. It's already been 30 minutes. But it's not a sprint, so I should be fine. Um I could there's still like more like prep to be done, like the prep I showed. So I don't have to do it like before the day ends or anything like that. Um so I think this works. I might have to restart the server because uh, this is a route. So, there we go. So what should happen is through the URL, I should be able to see that test file. Oh wait, what if there's two files? How would I do? I have a, because if I were to type in, okay, so first let me edit, uh, uh, so that is a unique file. Uh, but let me look at the code first. So I could probably just check to make sure that works. There we go. So we are able to view, and it is viewable. Uh, Tiny file. So that works. But so I can remove that file. I don't need it anymore. But what about test? If I do test, what happens? So edit that's. So we have this variable not sent, which is true. And not sent equals false. So it would be the first one. So it would be the document that shows up. So if I were to just do this, it would be the document and there would be no weird stuff going on. I could just make sure. Okay, there it it doesn't like that. Uh Generally I think post the post did it better. So uh I mean the general idea is, so I'm gonna temporarily comment it out while I just gonna, so um So yeah, there would have to be like a check here. So another like if not sent, but I think if I were to look at post.js, I think I did something a little bit different. So right here I have let found equals false. And then I basically search through documents. If it finds it, then true. But if it didn't find it, then it keeps going. And if it didn't find it, then it'll look through files. But if it did find it, it won't do this res.send. So I have to do something like this. Simple. So I'll do that in a second. So we have I'm sorry if I'm talking low. Um, a plus 7%. So if we just round that up to 10%, 10 out of 100, or 1 out of 10. So if we plot it at 2, does it account for that? So I think I got it at 2,615, but it might be because the text is just a little small, and I can't really see. I think it automatically counted for the fee because it looks like it's 218. I mean 2815. Um, which kind of makes sense. For every dollar, there would be like I guess the next digit over would be 1. So since there's 2, it would be plus 2. Uh, it's 7%, so it's slightly lower. So that's why it's probably 2.815. So that's cool. But like as long as it's around 3, I guess it should be fine. Uh, so yeah, this It give me a lot of cookies. And friends, you should be coming up soon, so that reward of 500 trillion should change. I guess I was unlucky. I expected white chocolate to go up fast, but I guess it just recently I hit bottom. Sugar's still stuck at bottom. Mm, Chocolate's going back to normalcy. We're at a pretty low bonus, and it seems like we're about to go and next in one day. Does it get larger? Because maybe I really misremembered, but from what I remembered, I was able to get back a worship slot within an hour. But if it goes into a negative, then oh, this current bonus also probably affects the fake berry a little bit, right? $3 quadrillion. Yeah, I guess I could see how you can easily triple your bank. Um, so in 2 days, I get a worship slot back. If you have 2 swaps left, the next one will refill after. Oh, do you know what happened? Ah. So the time on my computer clock got messed up. That's what happened. Is there like a do I have to like use like a reflector or something? Or there was like a time date set thing? Whatever. Yeah, I should probably fix that. Uh-uh. So generally it would be an hour, not 2 days. Uh, I'm just gonna unslot this right now. Cause I was like, his um. Hopefully that didn't mess up any stats or any. It probably messed up a little bit of the random generation, cause generally around this time I do get like 12%, but oh, now I'm not even sure if this is accurate. Run started 76 days ago. That might be accurate. Uh, Farms to clot. Uh, yeah. More than 30, and there's 30 sugar lumps here. So yeah, 76 days seems reasonable. It might have started a little bit more because the time went back. My computer says October 25th. It is not October 25th. Let's see if we could. I'm actually a little tired. Um. Okay. Well. Next time it'll be done. So. Um. Already playing Cookie Clicker. Uh, I wanna like know how this is it called a top level domain name? Uh, nobricks.io, powerline.io, top level domain name. Um, if this next one is I think it was called iteration, then in around 4 minutes or 8 minutes, then I'll do force the hand of fate. It's 2 minutes plus 3 minutes plus 3 minutes. 6, 7, 8. Yeah. Nom. Rejected terrains. Corp is used in internal networks. Oh yeah. Um, so I guess my brain is not working well. But if you had, I guess you're on a DNS server, right? Something like that within like a company. Uh, so anyone connected to the network would be able to access like an app within their browser without, you know, with something .corp or like that. Dang. Dollars domain. A quadruple A Amex. Serve web pages or allow incoming a web page hosted on example or an email address user at example. Example dot. Oh, that would be just a period. Um, against the press. A security risk. I think also, I don't remember why, but uh, there's like uh talks about, you know, if websites like if you saw like if you saw something.com, you'd kind of most people to kind of like instantly know it's a website. So if it was like on a billboard, um, it'd be like recognizable as like, oh, go to that website. Whereas if it didn't have a .com, then it'd be like it might be a little bit more confusing. Security risk stuff. A resolution in 2013 that prohibits the creation of that list. On okay. Hmm. As of August 2021, that is the case of this British overseas territory. Dot AI online AI dot as a mirror of offshore dot AI and Uzbekistan at UZ dot. I'd want to probably know more, but that was I don't think it's good. I think I should harvest it though. Pop. I did miss one. And also I probably should have someone forced the hand of fate. Let's see what it would have been. I would have just been. That's fine. So that was cool. I didn't triple my bank, but I definitely more than doubled it. So now I want to clock, but can't. Do I want to clock or do I want to just plant this? It's half a quadrillion. We'll say it's a quadrillion. There's like around like 36 slots. So 30 quadrillion. Probably won't need much. So I was at 64, I think. Okay, this is actually pretty expensive. Uh, yeah, and if I just clawed it. Whatever. Uh, it's funny that I went back. Hopefully going back to normal time doesn't accidentally give me like a whole ton of lumps. I'd probably spend them unwisely anyway, or just click this a few times or something like that. Ten, 20, 30, 40. Okay. So we got a quadrillion. It's a big berry. Um, this did rise back up, but it's still going. Okay, this is also an insignificant amount of money. It's only 24 trillion, so I'm just gonna sell it anyway. Cool. So now I should probably buy a little bit more buildings, I guess. Five more. But I have to get the time machine. Ooh, new building. Okay, that's good. That's good. That's good. And this is still 17,000 clicks for me to, for it to become worth it. Okay, well, I'm done here. I'll try to fix the time on my computer and get stuff set up for this place. Okay, it's not October 25th, Tuesday, 4:53. It is around, I think it's Friday, but since it's uh basically around 1:13 a.m. around there, or 1:14, 1:15 a.m., then it would be like uh Saturday, 1:15 a.m. And it's probably like around like probably a few days after. If it's Tuesday, hope if it's right Tuesday, then it's Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, 4 days. The 29th. So yeah, probably 29th Saturday. 1 17th 17 a.m.